What if your life is not random? What if the patterns you keep living, the people you keep meeting, the emotions you keep returning to are not accidents? What if there's a principle underneath all of it, quietly shaping everything? Most people call it the law of attraction, but that name is misleading because this is not just about attracting what you want. It's deeper than that. Life doesn't give you what you want, it gives you what you correspond to. That's the real law, the law of correspondence. It means this: you don't experience life based on your occasional desire. You experience life based on your consistent state of being. Your thoughts, your emotions, your expectations. Not what you say once, not what you hope for at night, but what you repeatedly are. And once you see this, you start seeing it everywhere. Think about your worst days. You wake up heavy, irritated, low energy, nothing feels right. And then something small goes wrong, then something else, then another thing. And by the end of the day, it feels like life was against you, like the whole day had a theme. Now think about the opposite. Days where you feel clear, open, grounded, and somehow conversations go better, opportunities appear, and things start to flow. It was the same world but a different experience. So what actually changed? You did. And that's the uncomfortable truth most people avoid. Because if your inner state shapes your experience, then you can't keep blaming the outside world for everything. But before you misunderstand this is not about blame. This is about power. Because most of what shapes your life, you didn't choose consciously. It started small, maybe a single thought, a moment of fear that you experienced, a conclusion you made in a difficult moment. Then you repeated it. It became familiar, then normal, then it became you. The thought became a belief. That belief shaped your emotions. Those emotions shaped your behavior, and your behavior shaped your patterns, and your patterns started looking like reality. That's how correspondence works. And here's where it gets even more interesting. Not every thought creates reality. If that were true, life would be too chaotic. Most thoughts are weak, they cancel each other out. But the ones you keep feeding with attention, with emotion, with repetition, they become magnetic. They start organizing your perception, your decisions, your direction, and eventually your reality. That's why two people can live in the same world and experience completely different realities, because they're not responding to the same thing. They're responding through different states of being. And once you understand this, a deeper question appears. If life reflects your inner state, then why do people experience things that they don't want? Because desire is only one part of the equation. There's also fear, resistance, identity. You might want love, but if you feel unworthy, you will push it away. You might want success, but if you fear being seen, you will sabotage it. So your life becomes mixed signals, one part of you pulling forward, another part pulling back, and the result is unstable reality, temporary wins, repeated patterns, not because life is punishing you, but because your signal is divided. That is why clarity changes everything. If you want to change your life, you can't just change your goals. You have to change what you are in relationship to those goals, because you don't attract what you chase, you attract what you match. And matching something doesn't mean forcing it. It means becoming compatible with it. That's the shift. Not how do I get this, but who do I have to become for this to be natural? And when you start asking that, everything changes, because now you stop trying to control everything outside of you. You stop chasing and forcing things, and you start doing something far more powerful. You start working on your state, your emotional baseline, your self-concept, because that's where your reality is being shaped. Not out there, but in here. And slowly as that changes, certain people stop appearing in your life. Certain problems stop repeating themselves. Certain environments stop feeling natural. Not because the world disappeared, but because you no longer correspond to that version of you. You have shifted, and when you shift, your reality has to respond. Not instantly, but inevitably, because this law does not sleep. Gravity does not stop working, and so does this law. So the real question is no longer, why is this happening to me? The real question becomes, what in me does this experience correspond to? That question is where your power begins.